Okay, Howie Roseman does it again. He absolutely outsmarts the entire NFL, stealing a top 10 player at 31 because nobody wanted to pick up the phone.
The Philadelphia Eagles select Jihaad Campbell.
Philly, y'all know what's up. We got to turn up. We got to get lit. We got to win another freaking Super Bowl next year, man. It's on.
What is going on, everybody? I go by Philly Mike, and this is the Philly Talk Podcast. If you rock with the Eagles' first-round pick, hit the like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on that notification bell so you don't miss the videos. So round one of the NFL draft was absolutely wild. I'm not going to lie. My dream scenario was Walter Nolan, who ended up going 16th overall to the Arizona Cardinals, and Jonathan Gannon, or Malaki Starks, who went 27th overall to the Baltimore Ravens. With that being said, if you joined the live draft stream we had as Jihaad Campbell started to drop, you heard my take on him and how he could be perfect for the Eagles. And trust me, I ain't the only one that thought that.
Howie, there were reports that you were trying to trade up a little bit earlier. Was that for Jihaad?
It was. Again, this was a top 10 player on our board. We do not have any long-term concerns with his health. We have, we look at the draft as a long-term opportunity for our team. We have a lot of confidence this guy's going to be here and play at a really high level for a long time. And so when you're in a draft and you're picking at the end of the first round, you have an opportunity to get a top 10 player at your board, on your board, a guy who can affect the quarterback, a guy who can affect the passing game. For us, it was a no-brainer. A local kid, great character. So we were really excited to add him.
Man, Fangio got to be happy with this one. He can be a legit off-ball linebacker, but he can also be an edge rusher.
The best linebacker in this draft is Jihaad Campbell. It's not even close. Like, you watch him just avoid the guards, all right, get through the soup, like get through the coffee grinds and the eggshells. He's going to find the ball carrier, no matter where he lines up, okay? Like, he's got an elite skill set. And you watch him right here. Watch the forced fumble here on the blitz. Like, this is what he can do. Like, he can fire his, like, this is LSU now on a Saturday night. Ball's out. Game-changing plays. We saw Zach Bond do that a bunch last year. Now, there's an old saying, right? Slow till you know. So you watch them. Like, this is what good inside linebackers do. They trust their speed, which is plenty. 4.52 at 243 pounds. All right, now watch him. Watch how him stay behind the play. Stay behind the play, right? You're slow until you know. And then when you know, then you go blow it up. All right, then you get on the action. Then you go hunt. But you don't have to rush. You don't have to overrun it. Too many of these backs can cut back against you. Now, he's a run and chase player. Like, you just watch him. The perimeter game is so popular in the NFL. Washington does it a much. Like, he's going to chase it down. He's going to hunt it up. All right, Jihaad Campbell. Like, you watch this guy right here. Come off right here in the A-gap. Mugging the A-gap. Excellent hands. Great twitch, right? He's going to stone the running back right here. All right, here you go. You want to put the running back on him? Good. All right, here he goes. Bam. Stones him. All right, play over. Game over. This guy's got so much good tape. He's the best linebacker in his draft. I don't care. You call him out against anybody. He's so natural just to run and chase. Like, it's just easy. Oh, yeah, sideline to sideline. This is going to be fun, putting this Vic Fangio defense together. All right, now, pass coverage, all right, feet and hands. Here we go. All right, now, here he comes. You got the motion, short motion. Here he comes. You got to be able to cover, right? Now, man, you defend the goal line, 10 toes on the goal line. You don't let them score. You never let them score. All right? That's the idea. That's what defense is about. Don't let them score. Like the Chiefs didn't cross the 50-yard line the first 9 times they had the ball in the Super Bowl. Defense just got better.
The Eagles went into the draft thinking there's no possible way we're going to be able to get Jihaad Campbell. He was a top 10 player on the Eagles board. Howie Roseman even admitted once Campbell started to fall, he tried to trade up. Now, in the presser, he didn't say what he was trying to trade up to, but the reports came out. He wanted to move up to 23 to select Jihaad Campbell, but it didn't work out. And the rest of the people probably didn't want to pick up the phone from 24 all the way to 31 when he made a deal with the Kansas City Chiefs. Now, some people are saying, why did we move up one pick? The Chiefs weren't going to draft him, which is true. They needed offensive line and got the Ohio State guy, Josh Simmons. However, there were a couple of trades that happened right before the Chiefs pick, and Howie Roseman was not going to let another team come up and steal Campbell from him, especially when he can get him at 31 when he was willing to move up to 23. And all we gave up was one of our 4 fifth-round picks. Now, before we talk more about the Eagles' newest defensive weapon, because I'm not sure, in Fangio's system, he could be a full-time edge or off-ball linebacker, or maybe both. Plus, we hear from Jihaad Campbell on how he can fit in with this defense, and he also gives us an injury update on that shoulder, which is the only reason why he fell. Let's hear a word from our sponsor. Are you tired of your old wallet? Don't lie. Well, look no further. Ekster got you covered with some of the coolest wallet designs I've ever seen. A flick of a button and your cards pop out. The easiest access ever. Plus, a money strap to put your cash in the front. This wallet can hold up to 12 cards utilizing the back plate. Or use that space for your card tracker. I'm telling you, this thing connects to your iPhone. And if you misplace your wallet somewhere in your house, it helps you find it. And the best thing about these wallets is it blocks RFID from wireless theft. As for their other style, it's premium leather. It also has the quick flick function to access cards easy and has every single thing that the other one had, including the tracker card, which you can put inside a wallet or outside a wallet. And of course, your cash could go a multitude of places in this one. And both of them come in a variety of colors. So enjoy up to 30% off until May 19th. Use my link/promo code Philly at checkout to get an additional 10% saving. Once again, click the link in the description or use the QR code on the top right. Then don't forget to use promo code Philly at checkout to get an additional 10% savings. So let's go over some notes on Campbell. His position is linebacker. That's what he did the last 2 years at Alabama, but he came to Alabama as an edge rusher. He's 6'3", 235 pounds. He had 5 sacks, 11 and a half tackles for loss, and was a second-team All-American. For as much as we talk about the Eagles getting Georgia players, we also got a lot of players from Alabama, but you don't get EAGLES Eagles without Bama and Georgia. When Fangio gets a hold of him, he's going to find out what he is better at. Edge rusher, linebacker. I do think he's going to play linebacker for the Eagles, but be utilized differently, just like Cooper DeJean is a slot, but utilized differently. When Howie Roseman was asked about him being more of an edge or more of a linebacker, Howie Roseman said, we see him as a difference maker on defense. That's it. The kid is special. We're not going to tell him he's only this or only that. Plus, we going to let Fangio do what Fangio do. When they asked Jihaad Campbell about being utilized in Fangio's defense or how he could see himself with the other Eagle players, this is what he said.
Yeah, so I think, they do a lot of great things with Zach Bond, with Nolan Smith, with Nakobe Dean. Just being able to be versatile, being in coverage, rushing, through the A-gaps and blitzing, just being that guy that adds value and, that creates value for themselves, and great production for themselves. So.
Now, those of you worried about Nakobe Dean, we got to see him get healthy first, and then we'll figure it out. But I will say this, Zach Bond, Jihaad Campbell as the guys until Nakobe Dean gets back, and then all three in any capacity is going to be legit. I just know that Fangio loves this guy. His sideline to sideline speed is crazy. Come to think of it, this whole scenario is crazy. Eagles win the Super Bowl, then they sign a linebacker, or I should say, re-sign a linebacker to top dollar. Then they draft a linebacker in the first round. Whether they use him as edge or not, he's a linebacker right now. The last time the Eagles did that was 1979. On that note, let's talk about the shoulder injury. He did get surgery in March, which was just last month, when the Philly beat writers asked him about it and if he thought he would be ready to start the season. This is what he said.
I'm just taking this process day by day. I ain't even really looking, like too far ahead or anything like that. I'm really just, trying to focus on like tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I got to go up to the Eagles, but I'm gonna definitely give me a nice little workout in the morning, so I can maximize my strengths and just getting my shoulder back right. So that's what I'm most worried about.
Then they followed up by asking him, how did he injure it?
Um, just trying to bang heads with somebody, trying to play football. I mean, everybody get injured, so I think that was what happened. You know what I'm saying? Being a
That was just
linebacker and
from during
just
the season.
yeah, just trying to make a lot of tackles, trying to make some very great tackles.
It is what it is. Like Howie Roseman said earlier, he has zero concerns for the health of Jihaad Campbell. If there was no shoulder injury, he'd be a top 10 pick. Even still, I thought he'd be picked around 15 to 20 at the latest. So even though I really rocked with Malaki Starks and wanted him, the Eagles thought Jihaad Campbell overall was a better player. Because when they picked up the phone to call Green Bay at 23, Malaki Starks was still on the board. And if Green Bay would have accepted, we would have lost some capital, but the Eagles would have selected Jihaad Campbell while Malaki Starks was on the board, which might have upset a couple Eagle fans. At the end of the day, you couldn't make this up. To stay still, my bad, move up one spot and get a top 10 player is incredible. The versatility on this kid is there. He's a Fangio guy. He's a Philly guy, local guy. He is absolutely the steal of the draft. I mean, look at his RAS scores, 9.88 out of 10. Eagles like athletic players who are definitely versatile, and that's exactly what he brings. So I repeat, Howie Roseman did it again. Look on Twitter, look on social media. Nobody understands how Howie Roseman got Jihaad Campbell at 31. The world will never understand it. It's a Philly thing. With all that being said, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, especially if you rock with this pick. Use my link in the description and or the pinned comment section to get your Ekster wallets, the leather, the metal. They are great. You won't regret it. Promo code Philly. Also, like, subscribe, turn on the notification bell. We will be live for round 2 Friday night, 7 o'clock. Come through. Until next time, you know what time it is. We out.